Dragon Ball Super is the most disappointing thing since Dragon Ball Evolution. Why, you ask? Because at least Dragon Ball Evolution ended in an hour. Dragon Ball Super just kinda continues on and on and on and on. Way more than Evolution did. It's twice the irritation and twice the stupidity. At least GT was creative and the animation was good. Here it's like I'm watching an episode of One Piece, which is pretty bad because I keep having One Piece recap flashbacks.
ルフィたちは結婚を迫られ一味の元を去ったサンジを取り戻すべく四皇ビッグマムのいるホールケーキアイランドへ潜入した。
Now don't get me wrong, Dragon Ball Z had its flaws, but it was still pretty great for its time. The arcs were good, the characters were good, the music was good. Super was the opposite though. The arcs are crap, the characters are crap, the music's crap, even the animation is crap. And we're in 2018. Normally this would be in a worst animes ever video, but this anime is too special. Everything about it is an insult to the original series, movies, and even GT. And that's not even freaking canon! So, we are gonna talk about every arc in this series, and why all of them are crappy and bad. But first, let's explore the behind the scenes. Toei Animation and reusing assets. Toei Animation are well known for not being consistent with their craft, despite the fact it's in the freaking title right next to that Shrek cat thing. Constantly reuse the same animation. Forget scenes where a character took off their shoes, then the next scene they animate them back on. They draw bad stuff and we aren't solely focused on the person's face, like we don't notice. Oh, but we do notice.
We do.
The animation really affects the fighting, making it look janky and with no real style whatsoever, which is pretty bad cause, you know, it's not like Dragon Ball is known for fighting. Nah, they're more known for political debates. Listen, I understand animation ain't easy, and the working hours and the pay are awful, but don't make the viewers suffer with you. I mean, if you're so depressed that it shows through your work, just hang yourself or something. I don't know, but don't worry. I'm not solely blaming Toei for this garbage fire. If anything, they're half at fault, while the other half are the fans. Oh yeah, the fans. Freaking fanboys. Wherever you go, you'll eventually run into a fanboy of one of your favorite things. Whether it's a game, a movie, or that restaurant down the street. Fanboys are like zits. If you pop it, it'll create more, and then they'll get bigger if you leave them alone. Wait, I think that's the wrong analogy. Or is that a different skin disorder? I don't know. But overall, fanboys are the reason why this series is falling so far. Toei just seems to be answering the overwhelming, ear-bleeding cries of the masses. Or the writers just don't care and know that everyone will enjoy nothing but mindless fighting. Apparently the audience has changed from nerds to stupid dumb babies that want nothing but fighting. I mean, I can relate. I was a dumb baby once. I loved the Narutos and wanted Itachi to fight the Sasukes. But now I've changed. I actually want a cohesive narrative to accompany my mindless fight scenes. Dragon Ball Z wasn't some literary masterpiece, but at least it wasn't just mindless fighting for no reason. There were stakes, and there was tension. You didn't know who would win and lose. But in Super, it has such a pandering formula for its younger demographic, it's kind of embarrassing. And it's all because of these freaking babies that we have nothing but boring fighting and 50 transformations every episode. I'm surprised Toriyama hasn't collapsed from mental exhaustion yet. Oh wait, Toriyama is so old. Now I have a lot of respect for Toriyama. He was sticking with what he wanted and he actually had an end goal. Dragon Ball Z was supposed to end at the Frieza arc, but everyone was so infatuated with it he had to come up with more and more arcs after. It kind of explains why Vegeta and Frieza were the only villains with any real thought put in them. The villains afterward were fine, don't get me wrong, but they all felt kind of the same, minus the androids I guess, but they just wanted to kill Goku and blow stuff up. So, there was Cell, who had 3 transformations and wanted to be the greatest warrior. There was Boo, who had 4 transformations and wanted to be the greatest warrior, but then he just wanted to blow stuff up. But ever since, Toriyama's mind has become nothing but an old, crippled mind, making things up like S-cells. Even though no one really talks about S-cells in the anime, it still breaks everything you know about the whole Super Saiyan thing. Kinda gets rid of all the mystery and stuff behind it, but I'll get into that way later. So, Toriyama, I like what you did, but please just have a guy replace you like the Naruto guy did. Reusing assets. Now, despite not liking Super, I like Battle of Gods. Not only was it a refreshing take on Dragon Ball, but it was also really reminiscent of DBZ. Not only that, but Beerus was a pretty cool addition. He had a little personality to him as well as Whis. They both felt like great additions to the series. Beerus' unpredictability and attitude was pretty great in terms of the plot of the movie. Whether he'd snap and kill everyone or just dance and eat was a really tension-filled experience. The whole premise of a Super Saiyan God was fine, I guess. I mean, if there's a God of destruction, I guess it made sense for there to be a Super Saiyan God. So overall, the movie was pretty great. Then Resurrection of F came out. Then you were a little disappointed of how disappointing it was, but Toei have somehow managed to not only make Resurrection of F worse, but ruined Battle of Gods too. Despite the obvious reasons why they chose to redo it, you probably thought they would try something different, you know, change some things to make it somewhat cooler, make it different, you know, but all they really accomplished was stalling for time, for which doesn't even pay off, because the arcs are either rehashed stuff, or, yeah, they just rehash stuff. So, what exactly are the differences in Super than in the 2 movies? Well, not much, really. In Battle of Gods, instead of being a party on solid land, it's a party on a boat, and the fighting was dragged for 14 episodes. Combined in that arc, it took them 299 minutes and 93 seconds to finish that arc. And when you convert that to hours, it took 4 hours? Who got these kids in my room? Get out! Resurrection of F movie wasn't really different at all. The only difference was that the one guy lived. You know, this guy, the guy that got killed and blown out into space. They kept him alive to bring back Captain Ginyu, which I guess was a cool decision, despite the fact he gets killed in like 5 seconds. So, what was even the purpose? Nostalgia? No, that can't be right.